I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations, and may Grieger guide us. All of us. Those who cannot join us in the coming fight are gathered at Gotan's Bales. I would ask that you see...
Come then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's Bales.
Everyone. You can no longer guarantee your protection.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it were... We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he... If he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, and if that's what has to happen, then so be it. That we get to see...
I hope so.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else?
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck.
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a... They're all gonna fucking die!
No. Sid! Don't worry about her. We can't let Quentin die.
All right. Where is this man?
It's way over to the east.
Promise us, Sid.
The manor's...
I still haven't paid Quentin back for saving my life.
me, Flames! Now, Torgal! This one.
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late. Quentin, are you all...
Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me, without question, all the way here.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is no mere guard dog.
No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down. Slow. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. Just as I dreamed of doing all my plans. Building a hate, it was all for but what is, my faithful comrades.
Quentin.
Master Quentin!
You.
And so are you. And it's Lostwing.
What? Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it. Quentin's not going to last long in there.
Can we finish this quickly?
here! Give me thunder! I need to get back to Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
They are right, you know. Lost Wing can be...
Clive, just a man I would...
Oh? And why?
Remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took... Well, now the rest have come to join. Now, I don't mind having a few more, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could, but where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough, which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beg...
I see.
And it ain't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe, but there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals, and that's what I was hoping you might help me with.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clyde.
So, where were you thinking of?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about...
It was a tragedy. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there...
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few... There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. And they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a... Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full, fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So, Wade.
And you, Lord Rosfield.
I spoke with Mark. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool.
That's right. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since. And then there are the bearers. Men and women who found the courage to flee their master. We need somewhere to settle them. And I can...
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you.
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of...
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen, and rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling. A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the band. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come. Make sure I'm not taken unaware.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself.
The Akashic are the bigger risk.
Well, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And maybe...
place.
We'll face the consequences. That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes to... Now, Vogel! Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching? I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
First things first, we'll need to get a few of these roofs seen to.
Sir Wade told me. What's all this about? Some shape-shifting nightmare showing? On second thoughts, it'll only give me nightmares of me own.
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it. There's plenty bad happened to that place.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool. So the way I see it, not if it's food or lumber or strong
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to...
Eastpool's been in ruins for years. So wonder any of it's still standing.
Can't say it wasn't a relief to see the better part of the buildings finally taken over.
After it.
My Lord Marquis, that some of my fellow Guardians are to build a new home.
It's true.
I have many fond memories. When I was a child, we would visit. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away.
Oscar, I'd like you to...
But my training is not yet complete.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters. Rebuild her home.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. It's not true. We've lost so much. Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. Best of luck out. Sid.
Clive.
What is it that you wish to learn?
Here's the latest information I have.
Bring out your bearers! Let me and my mortar purge them of their sin!
You'll regret doing my mother's bidding. Your work here is done. Sounds like thunder.
You're late. I was starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
My boy. Uncle Byron. It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled?
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants' District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the Merchants' District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.